You've obviously had a staggering amount of mail, and I'm sure you've been able to look at some of it yourselves. Is there anything that's particularly touched you?
Well, for me, all the things that have come from children who've obviously spent hours of work on paintings, pictures, cards, anything like that, and things they've baked at home. It's wonderful.
Baked?
Oh, yes.
Have you had cakes?
Yes. There's so many Smarties, you can hardly see the quantities. And it's lovely. Really nice.
You had a very special collage from the children at the kindergarten.
Yes, I collected it last Friday when I went to the end-of-term party, which I ended up being bashed and bruised. And there's so many children crawling on top of me. But they presented me with that and a glass representing young England. It was lovely and really nice.
Super. What does it actually show on the collage?
Oh, well, it's the firework display that's going to happen on Tuesday. One I'm not going to.
Why is that?
Because I'm going to be tucked out in bed, I think, early night.
Not allowed to see me anyway the night before.
Well, no.
Even by the light of an exploding firework.
By tradition, that's absolutely right.
Thank you.
That collage is obviously going to bring an awful lot of happy memories for you, isn't
Yes.
it, of the days there?
It is. Because they were wonderful to me, the staff especially, putting up with the media for such a long time.
Yes. How did you actually come to be at the kindergarten in the first place?
Well, it was through friends. I wanted to teach children, and they said, why not come along? So I first started off doing afternoons, and then I took over the mornings and did whole days. But I only worked 3 days a week at kindergarten, and the other 2 I looked after American baby boy, which nobody seems to realise. It was very special to me.
With all these heavy responsibilities and these public duties that you're both going to have, you're going to have time for the private life, for making a home and running a home, the sort of thing that young married couples do.
All along with the domestic
Are you looking forward
responsibilities.
to making a home at Highgrove, for example?
Oh yes, very much so. Looking forward to being a good wife.
Are you a good cook, by the way?
I have done cooking course, yes. I don't think, I'm average.
One thing that I know St Paul's have done to make it, from their point of view, very personal, they were telling me that where you're going to make your vows, they've made a platform so that at least you can feel that you're together and alone, because I think everyone would agree, when you make your vows, that's the most solemn, the most precious, and a very personal moment. Is it going to be that for you, even though you know the eyes of the world are watching you at that very important moment?
Well, I hope so, yes. I don't know about Diana, but I'm more used to it, I think, probably now, knowing for years that the camera's poking at you from every quarter and recording every twitch you make. So you can get used to a certain extent, and on those occasions you accept that that's part of it. I think if you don't try to work out in your own mind some kind of method for existing and surviving this kind of thing, you would go mad, I think. And so, in the end, you do get used to it, but I don't know, do you find that after the last 6 months you're beginning to get used to it?
Just.
It is, I suppose, one of the most important things you're going to have to adjust to, really, isn't it?
Well, of course, yes.
And Prince Charles has been a great help to you in that
Marvellous. Oh, a tower of strength.
Precious.
I had to say that because you're sitting there.
I'm sure you would anyway.
Sadly getting away from the point, which I did want to re-emphasize, which was that we just wanted this particular opportunity to say to everybody who's been so kind and generous and marvellous that we are deeply, deeply grateful, and can't say how grateful we are, really, and that we just look forward to being able to do as much as we can to help in this country and elsewhere in the Commonwealth.
And doing that job together, so may we finally ask you, sir, that after Wednesday, of course up until now, all your public duties you've done, as it were, solo, by yourself. After Wednesday, you will have a wife by your side. That's obviously going to make an enormous difference to you.
But it's marvellous to have a lot of support.
Better like it.
Sir, finally, thank you very much indeed, both of you, for giving us so much of your time and what I know is a frantic schedule for you. And on behalf of Andrew and myself and the millions who will be with you and watching on the day, we wish you all the happiness in the world.
Thank you very much.